hands. Go ahead, Ava.
Scott, not to sound facetious here, but you got a 32-year-old point guard who wasn't playing back-to-backs all season and can do something like that in the fourth quarter. How do you kind of reconcile that or make sense of that?
I've been saying it. I mean, there's no other way to say it. There's 6 letters, and it's spells out winner. That's what he is. He's won everywhere. And we're not winning as many games as we want, but he still fights and still leads and still plays hard. He's not perfect, turns the ball over too many times at times, but he competes. How many point guards have you seen can get 18, 19 rebounds in back-to-back games and then come back with 14? It's incredible. He's, like I said, I've seen it many times. Been with them for 3 conference finals and NBA finals, and I've been with them now, and he does things that I've never seen in the history of. I've been in this league for 30 years, and he's a winner, man. He fights. Like I said, he's not perfect, and a lot of times the geniuses want to look at the things that he doesn't do well, but sometimes they forget about the other things that he does well.
After a night like that, did you say anything to him? Does he have an exchange with you or anything?
No, I mean, I talk to him throughout the game, just tell him what I see, and he tells me what he sees, and, you know, it's really conditioning. I mean, he wants to play 48 minutes, and I'm trying to buy him minutes here and there. I know we're trying to squeak out all the possessions that we can and get good possessions, and without Brad but yeah, like I said, Russell I have no problem coaching Russell, and that's how we have a solid relationship about, you know, what he needs to do. And the biggest thing that he does really is helping our young guys how to be a pro. I mean, that's not always easy to do. And Brad's the same way. We got 2 veteran guards playing with really young players, and 3 of them at times. But he's still teaching them how to be pros. It's gonna pay dividends for many years to come, and they need it. They need to have good veterans. We've all heard about it, and I've seen it. If you're a young player and you have some crappy veterans, you're gonna have it's unfair for those rookies because they ended up having a short three-year career. But with Danny and Rui and Thomas Bryant and all these young guys, even Chandler, they're going to see this guy develop and our work every day. And it's not when things go well. He talks to you guys when things don't go well. He shows them the right way and how to do things and how to prepare. And I can't say enough good things about him, but I see it, and I'm happy that he's helping these young players along the way.
Chase.
Yeah, Scott, do you have any more information on Daniel Gafford's injury?
No, I don't. I mean, it didn't look good. I thought I just turned it. I mean, I'm disappointed for him because I'm hoping for the best. I'm really hoping for the best because what he brings, we haven't had it in 5 years, a lob threat. He's probably had more lob dunks than we've had in the first 4.5 years combined. And it's nothing against Alex and Roll. They're just not that type of player, but they do things that he probably doesn't do well. But having all 3 of them been pretty good by committee. They're all really, really give us good minutes. I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping for the best. I don't even want. I have my gut feeling tells me something, but I rather not. I just want to stay positive and hope for the best because we need what he brings, and it's going to be fun working with him because, like I said, he's 22 years old, and I don't even know if he's that, but he has a promising future, and that's a great pickup.
And what did you think about the debut of Chandler Hutchison?
That's another. I was waiting for you guys to say that, but yeah, those 2 guys in the trade is what we need. You know, we need an athletic wing. We need a really wise cutter. Russell and Brad takes a lot of attention. They have not only their two guys or their guy guarding them, they have a lot of eyeballs on them. And when you have got your man looking at the ball, there's a time and place to cut. And what he did tonight, we haven't had that either. You can't teach that overnight. But he brings that. He brings that too. I mean, I'm not sure he's going to go 8 for 11 every night, but that's another great. Those two guys are big time players for us. I mean, I know they didn't play a lot for whatever reason. That's none of my business. But Tommy looked at those two guys and said, "Hey, man, we can get these two guys. We're going to have to give up Troy and Mo." And that was a good decision. And because these guys, nothing against those guys we gave up, but we needed that type of player on both of those positions.
Fred.
Scott, shockingly, I have another Russell one for you. He broke the franchise record tonight for most triple doubles for any, not single season, for a career, for most triple doubles for any Wizard or Bullet or anyone else in franchise history. He has played only 38 games for you guys. What's your reaction when you hear a stat like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's tremendous. I'm gonna put it on my Twitter account, my Instagram, my Snapchat, my TikTok. I'm gonna put it all. Am I giving up my age there? Whoever said that. I mean, I don't know, man. It's mind-boggling how. I mean, I'm not saying this out of respect for your guys' job, but it's mind-boggling how you guys, not you in particular, Fred, because I'm sure you appreciate it, because you understand what it takes to do this every night, because you've seen it. But the national or it's amazing what he does. People don't realize, or they don't want to realize, because he doesn't kiss anybody's ass. He plays a hard brand of basketball, and he doesn't looking for your guys' approval. But Oscar Robinson was the last guy to average a triple double, and he's done it 3 years in a row, and he's doing it again this year. And it's just, I mean, Tommy knows we just got to keep building our team around our two guys, and our young guys are going to keep developing. But what he's done so far, it's nothing to do. We're not happy. Trust me, we're not happy winning the last couple of games, and we're like, the season's good for us. No, we're pissed off that we don't have a better record, but we're going to keep fighting. But what Russell does for us is goes beyond the stat sheet, and he fills the stat sheet like nobody ever has done in the history of this game. He's going to go down as one of the best point guards of all time, and his IQ is just through the top. I mean, and his preparation is through the top. He's going to watch this game, and like he does every game, he probably won't tell you guys. He watches this game tonight, right when he gets home, and his wife is going to drive him. He's going to. She knows the game just as well as he knows the game, and that's great to see that. But he wants this team to keep improving, and I like that about him.
Tim.
Scott, along those lines about how Russ makes this look routine. 9 years ago, there were only 18 triple doubles in the whole league. He's had 16 for you guys this year, and you've held him out of a lot of games. Mm-hmm. What sort of legacy? His numbers are sick. We all know that. He made the triple double he's almost made it ordinary. Like, how insane is that part of his legacy? The fact that no one's ever had a 35, 14, 21 before, but he does this all the time and makes it look easy doing it. How much does that sort of add to what he's done in this game?
It's incredible. And I'm telling you, the guy is a winner, man. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, probably another million times in my life when I'm done, dealing with you guys, everybody off the court, off record, on record, with my wife, with my son, with my daughter, with my friends. I tell everybody the same thing. The guy's a winner, and he's fun to coach because he competes every night, and he wants it every night. He's not perfect, trust me. And you know what the thing I love about him? He's frustrated that he's turned the ball over 4.9 times a game. It eats at him. He cares about it. I mean, it really eats at him. I'm surprised sometimes he doesn't have an ulcer because it eats at him so much. But he cares, and what he does, I'm telling you, it's like, and I tell him, I said, Russell, okay, what's we have to cut down your turnovers. And he agrees. Okay, Russell, you got two quick shots, 3 quick shots every game. He understands, and we're going to continue to build and get our team better every night. And sometimes it's been difficult with no practices with our young guys, but I couldn't ask for 2 leaders helping our young guys. But what he does is I'm telling you, he's going to definitely go down as one of the best point guards in the history of the game. And I mean,
Thank you.
it's pretty cool to see, because I remember many times early on, everybody kept saying he's not a point guard. He might be a backup scoring, 6 man of the year candidate. But he knew that didn't bother me. He was a point guard, and he's a very high level point guard and a smart point guard, very intelligent.
Thank you, Scott.
Yep.
All right, we got time for a couple more. Matt?
Just got another Russ one. You've seen a lot of dominant kind of complete games from him throughout his career. I mean, where does this one kind of rank? And is there something about his game when he is in control like this that, like, where you see his feel of the game kind of take place on the court?
Yeah, I mean, he's had some games like this quite a bit. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, first ballot. It was a tough game tonight. It was a mentally exhausting game tonight throughout the game. We don't have the best scorer in basketball. That's not always easy to make that adjustment. I made that adjustment about, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I found out that he wasn't going to play. And that's not always easy as a coach, but I knew we were going to compete. I didn't know how we were going to win the game, but I knew we were going to compete and we were going to be in position to win the game. We made a lot of good plays. I mean, Denny's shot with, we're down 3 or down 6. That was a big bucket. We needed that to keep our hope alive. And then Rui, it's been fun to see Rui grow up, and he just has to keep challenging himself to keep playing with that edge every night. And he's on a nice little, I don't know, 8-9 game pace. Now we got to keep building, and that's what we have to do. And now, never know with Gaff. Hopefully it's not serious, but that's another guy that's going to continue to help us get better.
All right, we'll finish up with Zach.
Hey,
Someone
Coach,
talk about
speaking
Rui?
of, Rui and Russ, actually, what do you think about the on-court chemistry that's developed on offense between Rui and Russ?
It's been really good, Zach, really good. And it's taken time. And another thing is, we didn't have no summer. We didn't have a training camp. I don't necessarily need it, but our players need it. We had a lot of moving pieces, and I knew Rui eventually and Russell would get a connection. And to me, it's been really good. I mean, Russell sees matchups, and Rui's taking advantage. He's not bailing out the defenders. He's getting to his spots on the floor, and he's going to get better at even putting it all the way to the floor and taking it to the basket. That's something that his next step of growing in this league is going to be. But I like their chemistry. I think it's been great, and it's only going to get better. And like I said, it's all on the fly. I mean, I don't even know when last time we had a actual practice with Russell and Brad. It has to be at least like 2 months, but they got chemistry on the fly, and that's, if you didn't have a veteran guards, it wouldn't be as easy as it looks,
Thank you.
which is not easy. Thanks, guys.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Chandler Hutchinson just sat down at the secondary location. You guys want to jump over there?
Hey, Russell. You broke the franchise record tonight for most triple doubles in the history of the Wizards in bullets. And I know it is not the first triple double record you've broken, but I'm just wondering what that means to you in the grand scheme of things.
You know, I think one thing that I always cherish and enjoy about this game is that you get to go out and compete and play every level. That's one thing I always try myself on, is making sure I leave it all on the floor every single night. And I've been blessed with an opportunity to be able to do that, and I don't take it for granted. And along those lines, different records and different things may happen, but one thing I always do is stay humble, stay true to myself, and always continue to give everything I have and pride myself on being create some consistency for my teammates.
And I'm curious to get your perspective on you put up, as good rebounding numbers for a guard as any guard who's ever played the game. What would you say makes you a good rebounder?
My timing, ability to go get it. As much as people talk about it, as much as people mention it and don't like to mention it, it ain't easy to do, man. But always make sure that it allows me to be able to start the break, get the ball and go. Timing, obviously, being athletic helps me and be able to get it. But I don't, know if anybody's better at my size at rebounding the basketball consistently.
Ava.
Russ, you kind of always stay such straight on your course with us and everything when we ask you about the records you break and things like that. When people in your life congratulate you, or like when Coach Brooks talks to you about nights like this after the game, how do you respond?
I'm just very thankful, man. We got an unbelievable group of guys in the locker room, and a lot of times when people, break records and things like myself, I don't deserve the credit, honestly. For me, I always give credit to the man above for blessing me with the abilities to play. And along those lines, I have so many great coaches and teammates that make my job easy and help me out, because assists don't happen. I can't make the shots and different things of that nature and make the game easy for me. And a lot of guys sacrifice some of their own goals and some of their things they want to accomplish, and making the game easy for myself. So I always give thanks to the coaches and to the staff and to everybody in the organization, to my teammates especially, for allowing me to go out and do what I love to do.
And we ask you a lot about Rui, but what do you think has been the key for him in kind of keeping this consistency now with his level of aggression that we're seeing?
You said it. His aggression. When he's aggressive, miss or make, our team is better. And I think he's figuring that out. And it's my job to make sure I continue to push him each and every night to be aggressive, because when he puts pressure on the defense, it's a different game, different ball game for us. And you've been seeing that consistently from Rui, which has been beneficial for us.
Thanks, Russ.
Matt.
Hey Russ, at what point in your career do you feel like you had that kind of complete control of the game, the rebounding, the assists, when it all started to come together for you?
I don't know. I always feel like I can impact the game in many ways. And I always feel like I'm able to do things that nobody else can do on the floor. And I just believe that when I step on the floor every night. And I don't know when that was. Obviously, based on the personnel I had and teams I had to do different things, whether score more, pass more, whatever it was. But I know that I put a lot of pressure on myself to do everything. I know that not many people in this league do that, and I do that consistently by putting a shit ton of pressure on myself, win, lose, to do every single thing on the floor: defend, rebound, pass, lead, assist. And I just feel like that's my calling, and I'm gonna make sure that I do that every night.
And you are now 20 triple doubles away from breaking the all-time record. Is that a mark you feel like you can accomplish this season?
I'm not sure, man. I don't. My notch. I'm trying to get to the playoffs. That's it. I don't really, that stuff will come. If it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. But what I'm worried about is making sure that we're playing our best basketball, leading into getting into a playoff spot.
Nathan?
Hey, Westbrook, congratulations on the win. I want to switch gears a little bit and talk a little bit about, Nipsey Hussle, given that a couple of days from now, it will mark the second year of the anniversary of his passing. And this is a man who you personally knew. If he were alive today, what do you think he would be doing right now? And, talk a little bit about, just his impact just on the Black community in terms of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, man. Hustle. Rest in peace. Will always live on, especially for me, and always for the city of Los Angeles. Not just for his music, but for his ability to be able to impact our Black community, impact the underserved communities. And I know if he was still living, he'll be doing that at the highest level because that's who he is. He always stayed true to who he is, stay true to where he was from. And that's the most important part about anybody, staying true to who you are and make sure you're impacting others, especially where you're from. And that's something that he's always doing. And that's something that if he was living today, he will continue to be doing.
Christos?
Hello, Russell. Congratulations on the win and the performance as well. I'd like to ask you, for 4 straight years, you have almost triple double figures in stats. How difficult is to establish yourself into this position to make every season triple double, and how big is the work behind the scenes to make that performance?
It's pretty crazy, man, when you think about it. You sit back and actually think about it and not let the negative energy seep in, not the negative comments seep in. When it's all said and done, it's something to think about, and I just go out and play, man. That's all I can tell you. I don't have an answer for that because, I just do what I can and I try to do different things to impact winning and impact the games. It may not always end the season that I wanted to end. I may not always end in the championship, but that is like I've said earlier in the year, my legacy not going to be determined if I win a championship or not. And that's how I feel my legacy is going to be determined what I've done for the game and how I use this platform to impact others across the world, impact our underserved communities, impact our African-American community, impact our school system, our financial system, closing these gaps in our system today. That's legacy for me, and that's something that I cherish about this game, and that's something that I always will cherish about the game.
And the follow-up, how important for you to inspire your team, especially and your teammates, to be an inspirational player?
I think it's important as a leader to make sure that I bring it every night. To me, that's to start inspiring others and make sure you do your part. And that's what I try to do every night. It may not always be the greatest nights of making shots. It may not always be the greatest nights of taking care of the basketball, but I know that when I lay the floor, my teammates know that I gave everything I had. And to me, that's a part of inspiration.
All right, Russ, I think that's it.
All right, thanks, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.